Okay, guys. Shalakia. My computer shut down and then it wanted to update without my permission, so I had to sit there and wait. So Salaki about that. But hit the like button when y'all come in. The brother's gonna be here in a minute. We're gonna get started as soon as they get up in the building. So please hit the like button. Baba Kasha. Let me send this notification back out. Goodness gracious. Can't find the damn video. What the hell? Okay, there it goes. All right. Shalom. All right, hold up. Let me send this notification out. Get started. I got it. Click another link on Facebook. All right. Okay. Whew. Hit the like button when y'all come in the building, please. We about to get started. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Yep. So we're the sons of the Israelites. This is our heart's all Israelites. Saying.
Froze up, Adawan.
Already. Adawan, you still there? We're going to find out in about 5 seconds. Y'all like the video when y'all come in the building? Baba Kashar. Then they already done kicked him out.
They must ain't gonna like the lesson coming out.
Yeah.
He saw the title, man. He done seen the title.
Bro, can y'all see me? Am I clear or am I not clear?
Yeah.
You good now.
You my Tawab now.
As soon as you started talking, you froze.
So I mean, am I straight now or am I still freezing?
No, you good now.
Great.
This is ridiculous. Look at the lighting in here. Hold up.
Bueno.
My Wi-Fi, I don't know why, but it's trash tonight. It don't even look like it's trash though. It say I'm good. That's why I don't understand what's going on. Let's see if I can move back here if it don't work. Man. One more time. You better start messing with me, Esau, with this Wi-Fi, boy. I hate Wi-Fi. Am I still clear? Do I still sound clear?
You good.
Positive. All right. Just BS right here. Okay. Let's hope this works. Now, Kahala Yahal Shai. Okay. We are the sons of thunder Israelites. It is our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel might be saved. Okay, come. So, as we see, the lesson is we were gonna have a whole long lesson, right? I was talking to Judah and everything. It was gonna be like just regular milk topics. It was gonna be, uh,
Baptism.
the baptism. It was gonna be the shield, meat trees, and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But then I started going over what they call the shield, right? And was a I realized that the reason why we get stomped over this in the church and why brothers even in the truth are stomped over this topic is because one, we don't go into the Hebrew, and two, do I still sound clear? Am I still good?
Good.
All right. And two, we we don't realize, well, we don't go into the Greek either. And because we don't go into these two languages, we don't realize that the definition for star in the Hebrew in the word even is completely different than it is in the Greek. The Greek only has one definition for the word Hebrew, and it's what everybody think a star is, something in the sky, right? But the definition in as far as the Hebrew is concerned, it's used interchangeably in a couple different ways. So we're gonna prove that first, and then from there we're gonna go through the ways that it's spoken of in the Bible, right? And we're also gonna go over the mitre or the mitri or the head wrap today as well to prove that that is also something that we wore and have worn throughout our history, which is why most of the camps do it. And the camps that say we can't haven't really looked into the scriptures the way they should have. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess we're going to get right into it. So, as I said, what they call, let me pull up a picture right quick. Hope my Wi-Fi stay good. Okay. All right. Shalom. My brother Yasha in the building. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, boy, without further ado, as y'all see, we talking about the star or the shield or the crest or the seal of Israel today, right? So we're gonna get right into it. Why do we call it this the seal? We're gonna find out shortly. But first, it's known as a star. When you look at a star, what they teach you what star is in elementary school when you in kindergarten and it's around Christmas time and they got you making the stars to put on top of the Christmas tree and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're teaching you that this is what a star is. They're like, socially engineering you to believe that this is a star. Just so I can make sure I still sound clear. I still look good. Everybody good? All right, come on. So, as y'all can see, this is what they would think a star is, right? The Bible actually defines a star as something different. We will get into that all shortly. But as I've been saying, the definition for star in the Hebrew and the way it's used in the Hebrew has always been different than the way it was used in the Greek or the Latin or the English even, because the English is using it the way that the Greeks and the Latins use it for the most part, not always. And we're also going to prove that. So brothers have to keep in mind that just like it says in the prologue of, what is it, Sirach, right? I mean, not a Sirach. Yeah, it is Sirach. The prologue of Sirach, that when things are not uttered in their original tongue, they can be, misunderstood, hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? They err trying to translate the words into a different language. So people have to understand that. And with that being understood, it means that you go back into your original language, right? Or the original language of the scriptures to find out what they meant. So this lesson is going to be different because we teach you guys all the time to go through the Strongs and stuff, and we're still going to do that today. But if you're really doing an examination of what the Strong shows you, you can find out where Strong's made mistakes, right? And his mistakes were made based off of not because he marked them as mistakes in the Strongs, because he has the words different in the Hebrew and the Greek and the Strongs, right? It's just that certain ways or certain numbers that he added to the words and the ways that they have the definitions as far as the Strong's is concerned in the New Testament, Acts 7:30, Acts 7:43, for example, right? This is a scripture that is defined in the Old Testament using the word in the way that the Hebrew would use it, right? But by the time they get to the New Testament, they're defining the word in the way that the Greeks used it because of the Greek word. So it's taking away from the true meaning of what that scripture is trying to say, right? So if what I'm saying is confusing right now, you'll understand what I mean in a little bit. So let me show you guys this. That probably sounds very confusing, but it's all gonna make sense very soon. So this obviously is a Jewish website, right? But Jerusalem Prayer Team, you feel me? It says, first time a star is mentioned in the Bible, and most of the mentioning afterwards, it is a plural form of kokavim, or in the Hebrew, kawakav, right? Because this is Yiddish. And God made two great lights, right? The large light to rule the day, and the small light to rule the night. He made the stars, right? So, kawakabia. All right. Now, it says, in all the rest of the 35 times that the word appears in the Old Testament, right? Old Testament, because the word is different, it appears either in the plural or in the conjugated form, except for two times when it's called kawakav or kakav. In both these two cases, the reference is not an actual star, but rather it is using a figurative language, right? And they use these two examples in particular. The Numbers 24 and 17 and Amos 5:26. We're going to look at these two in a minute, but before that, I want to read what it means in the Greek. So keep all that in mind, right? Numbers 24:17, they had, there shall come a star out of Jacob, right? And then for Amos 5:26, and keyun your images, your star, which is made from yourself, or for yourself. So it's also talking about Molech, right? So it's likening both Molech in Amos and Yahweh in Numbers to stars, similar to how we call movie stars, right? How, you know, the MVP of the baseball team is a star. How the people on Dancing with the Stars are stars because they're celebrities, known people, right? It ain't like they're people that's in the stars that just shine at night. No, they're known people, right? Celebrities, figureheads. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that understanding, let's check out what it means in the Greek. All right. This is core.com, where crackers answer other crackers answers. Questions. So, what is the Greek word for star? What names are related to the word, right? Gary answered. Very first answer that you see pop up, right? The only answer, basically. From August 29, 2015. The classical word for star was aster, usually referring to one star, or astron, usually used in the plural astra, referring to the stars in general. If one of y'all got your phone on, we can hear the feedback, so turn it down. Latin borrowed this Greek word as astrum in English. We also have the combining form astro, several dozen English words and expressions derived from these roots. You understand what I'm saying? So it's telling you that, you know, aster, astro, all that stuff sounds like something from space, like an asteroid, right? Astron, all that stuff. It's a space object, right? Something in the sky. So this is the only definition for star in the Greek. So naturally, when you're looking up the Greek word for star and you see this, and this is the way that it's defined, every other time that you translate star in the New Testament, you have to define it as this, right? But in the Hebrew, as we saw, right, in the Old Testament, many times it's not talking, or at least in these two times, when it's talking about Molech and Yahushua, right, it isn't talking about an actual star. It's using figurative language. You understand what I'm saying? It's likening them to a star or a figurehead. We're going to prove that in just a minute. So with this understanding, right, just off these two articles alone, it should be clear to you that the brothers who say, you know, the star of Molech is this, they don't know what they're talking about because this can't be a star. If Molech in Amos 5 in the Old Testament is using figurative language, right? That must mean it's talking about something else. What it's talking about, we're going to figure out when we go into the Hebrew. So, also, with the understanding of what it means in the Greek, let's go into the etymology, because we can't forget that. Now, mind you, etymology uses the definitions of English, right? English, Latin definitions. It doesn't go to the Greek. It only goes as far as the Latin. We know Latin is after Greek. So most of the words, if they didn't have a Hebrew definition that was in power at the time, which we know it wasn't, because back when they were translating these things, we were in subjection to the Greeks just like we are now. So they could give it whatever definition they want. And because the Greeks didn't speak Hebrew, they weren't using kawakab. They weren't using the word star that could mean figurehead, celebrity, or any of that stuff until we get to English, which is a mixture of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. That's why we can call stars celebrities. That's why we can call stars, the Big Dipper, and we could call stars the #1 company on the face of the earth, the Star Company, right? So this is the type of things that we do. This is that figurative language. The reason it's like that in English is because English itself is a mixture of 3 different languages, right? But Greek is Greek and Hebrew is Hebrew. They're not mixing anything. So the definitions of these 2 words are completely separate, which is why people confuse them in these in these 2 verses, but specifically Amos 5:26 and Acts 7:43, right? They're confusing them because they're talking about the same person, the same object, the same beings, right? Same people, but they're using 2 different definitions or 2 different words, right? They're calling them both star, but they don't mean the same thing. So that means that somebody defined that word incorrectly, and we're going to prove. So, right quick, I want to go into the etymon. Let's look at star. As you see, Old English is the first definition they have. After that, they have Proto-Germanic, right, which is newer than Old English. Then we have Dutch, which is the same age as Old English, and Old High German, which is older than younger than Proto-Germanic. Like, and then we have Old Norse, which is the language that the Scandinavians spoke, right, when we moved there. And then it was taken over and adopted by Esau, and then Swedish and all this other stuff, right? So places now known as Cracker territory, and it's Edomite territory. These are the definitions that they have. The first definition they have is from 13th century, and guess what? Astrological sense, which is space, of influence of planets and zodiac on human affairs, is recorded from mid 13th century. Hence, person's fate as figured in the stars was from 16th century. A star crossed, ill-fated, is from Romeo and Juliet in the 1592, right? Meaning the meaning lead person or lead performer isn't from 1824 because they didn't start adopting, right? They didn't start adopting our definitions to the words until they incorporated the Hebrew with the English, which is how we got the new form of English today, right? Old English is different, or what they call damn, I forgot what they call it. It's a certain type of English, professional English, or something, something along the lines of contemporary. We'll call it contemporary English, right? So contemporary English is obviously different than the English we speak, that you can add ebonics to and cut off words and use slang, all that type of stuff. You can't really do that with Old English. When you do, you end up saying words that we use, right? Their slang words are bruv, just like we say bruh instead of brother. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. You feel what I'm saying? So this is, as you can see, this is as far back as they go, and they didn't start incorporating star as a word other than from an astrological sense until the 1800s. You understand me? That's because there is no word like that in the Greek. And the Old English people got their, words in Latin, everything, got their stuff from the Greek. So that has to be understood before we go into this. Hope everybody can understand where I'm going, right? So, let's get into it. One of the brothers give me Acts chapter 7 and 43. And the brother that doesn't get it, get Numbers chapter 24 and 17. And I'm going to show them both on here.
What was the verse in Acts chapter 7?
Acts 7:43.
And I got it.
All right. Let me see. Acts 7:43. All right. Okay. If you could read that out, go ahead. We're gonna make it big, so yeah.
The book of Acts chapter 7, verse 43. Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Remphan. Figures we hate to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon.
You understand that? So it says, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan, right? Some brothers teach, yeah, man, they picked up that chain, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put up that chain and y'all put it around y'all neck, that star of Moloch, that tabernacle, right? But is that really what it means? Let's go into the Hebrew, or let's go into the language, right? And then I'm going to show you how this is wrong. Because if you were to look at this, right? What's the word here? Astron. Ain't that what the white boy told you on Quora, right? The guy on Quora says that the Greek word is either aster or astron, both meaning a star in the sky, right? Something about planets and zodiac signs, crap, right? So, with that being said, what does this say? A group of stars, a constellation, and a star, right? Neuter, probably a constellation, put for a single star. Why does it say all this? Because this word is a Greek word, right? Astron. And guess what? The only word or the only definition of astron, right, in Greek is a star, as in the thing in the constellations, right? A group of fiery gas balls, right? As the scientists would say. But the thing is, this thing that they call the shield, the quote unquote Star of David, isn't a glass ball. But we're gonna get into all that in a minute, right? So, let's get Numbers chapter 24 and 17. Let's see what the word is here. As we so y'all can see clearly, this word in Acts, right, is astron. We're gonna see if this is rightly defined or wrongly defined based on what the Bible says in the Old Testament, right? But the Bible's not supposed to contradict itself. So, and the Bible already told us that, you know, the Most High is a mastermind, bro. He already told us in the Old Testament that by the time we get to the New Testament, there's going to be things that are wrong because people were translating them into a language, right? That wasn't the original language, making things hard to understand and hard to be understood. You could be translating it falsely, right? You err trying to translate things into a language, right? They don't have the same power and meaning. AKA, it literally don't mean the same thing. It's not telling you what the scripture was trying to tell you, because this language that you're translating it to might not have a word sufficient to say what we're actually saying in our language. You understand me? And that's the case here in this verse. The only word they have means a constellation, right? The things in the sky. We're going to see if that's what the Bible was talking about when it speaks of Molech and a star synonymously, right? So let's get Numbers chapter 24 and 17. Go ahead, Ak, if you got that.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheph.
There shall come a star, man. You understand me? Who is this talking about? Who is the star here? Right? Hold on. Who is the star here, right? This star, obviously, is Hamashiach Yahushua, right? A star that will come out of Jacob. Now, is this star here a star that's coming out the sky? Is he saying the star from our father Jacob is going to like fall out the sky and like be burning everybody? We can't see it now, but soon we shall see him. Huh? Is that what it's saying? Or is it saying that he's going to have a figurehead, right? It's gonna be a figurehead for all mankind that comes out of Jacob. He's gonna be the king of the world, and the scepter shall rise out of Israel, proving he's the king of the world, and he shall smite the scorners of Moab, aka the Asians, right, the Chongqings, and destroy all the children of Seth. And Edom shall be a possession, right? Here also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Okay, this is talking about Hamashiach Yahushua. Obviously, he's a man, not a ball of gas or a object with points in the sky. He is figurative, as they told in the Hebrew, right? When we looked at definition earlier, because the word here, hold on.
Yo, I don't want.
Do I think okay, guys?
You was chopping. You was chopping up.
Here we go. All right. Looks like I'm gonna have to be in the dark. Find out what's going on with this man. Hold on. All right. We're gonna see if this works. Goodness gracious. I gotta get my paper. But as y'all can see, right? Read that verse one more time, Mark, so I could get back to what I was saying.
Con, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, and verse 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not now. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth.
Right. So obviously, like I said, that's a Mashiach Yahushua. He's not a ball of gas, right? So one of y'all give me Amos chapter 5 and 26 right quick. Let me go there. Man. Do I sound okay still? Am I good? I'm straight?
All
right. Yeah, they painted my house the other day and my Wi-Fi been messed up ever since.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 26.
Hold on. Let me pull it up for them. Okay. Amos. All right. Oh, wait. Hold up. I need to go back because I ain't get to show y'all Kawakab. Am I frozen still? Am I okay?
Yeah, you good, Adawan.
Okay, just making sure. All right. So Kawakab, right? This is Numbers chapter 24, 17. So as y'all can see, Kawakab, right? Or Kawkab in the Yiddish. It says star of the Messiah. Of Messiah, brothers, youth, numerous progeny, personification, God's omnipotence, right? Probably from the same as H3522 in the sense of rolling, in the sense of blazing, a star. Now, see, because they're trying to say it's still rolling and blazing. A star as round as or shining, right? Because these are the only definition that the white man knows for a star. They don't really know what it is, but they're telling you that the outline of it is this, right? Figuratively, a prince. That's really what it is. Figuratively, a prince, right? So that's what it is. And then they put stargazer because they still they can't wrap their head around a star being anything other than the thing that they have in the sky because they're Greeks. It's naturally in their DNA, passed down from generation to generation, to think that a star is the thing in the sky, right? The ribbon in the sky for their love. That's what they think it is. So we're gonna Acts now on Acts chapter 5 and 26.
Book of Amos.
Amos, yeah, Salaki.
I'll wait till you get it up out of one.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry for the technical difficulties tonight, y'all. I have no idea why it's doing this.
This the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 26. But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Molech, and chewing your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves.
Right? The star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. So he's trying to say that we made a God unto ourselves, right? The star of him, right? So let's see. Because this really sounds like this is what was being quoted in Acts, right? The brothers don't go into this though, that teach that this is actually talking about a person. You feel what I'm saying? Well, I need a coaster. But they don't talk about this being a person because they don't want to go into this. You feel what I'm saying? So as we see, it says, but ye have borne the tabernacles of your Molech and Chion, your images, the star of your God, right? So why does it say the star of your God? Because it's telling you the figurehead of your God, right? You feel me? Moloch is the figurehead of the god of Baal, right? He's the figurehead of the the figure known as Baal. You understand me? That's what he is. So he said, the star of your God, which he made unto yourselves. Let's prove it. What's the word for star here? The star. Oh, Kawakab. Same thing that was used when we mentioned Yahweh in Numbers chapter 24 and 17. You understand me? So look, they're saying that uh they're saying that Moloch, right, is figuratively a prince or a figurehead, right? A celebrity. However you want to define it. Because if we were to go here, let's see if we could do that right quick. We could Urban Dictionary star right quick. Star definition. Okay, let me show you. Now watch how Google works, right? Because we looked up the etymology of star. I still have the thing up. I can show it to y'all. Can everybody still hear me? I sound good?
Con.
Okay. So as you see, this is star, right? Google. It says star. A fixed luminous point in the night sky, which is a large, remote, incandescent body like a sun or like the sun, right? A conventional or stylized representation of a star, typically one having 5 or more points, right? It says a conventionalized or stylized representation of a star. Not that this is a star, right? Because they're saying this is a star, a fixed luminous point in the night sky, which is a large, remote, incandescent body like the sun. The sun don't have no damn points. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one thing, right? That's the definition. Notice we went to etymology. It didn't say none of this stuff, right? Now watch this. Verb. The first definition for verb, the verb form of it, is of a movie, play, or other show. Have someone as a principal performer, right? Or the celebrity, the MVP, the most valuable player, right? Whatever it is. Decorate or cover with star-shaped marks or object. So now we're back to star-shaped marks, which is this stuff up here, right? Definition number 2. A conventional or stylized representation of a star, not the real thing. So with that being said, right, we see Amos and Numbers are both talking about a star. Yeah, right. Ain't nothing wrong with that guy that Wi-Fi. But look, they say that a star, right, is 5 points or 6 points even, right? But we see that even on Google, they tell you that a star is a body like the sun, which has no points. So the brothers will tell you, the brothers that teach that this is a star, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you a star, man. You know, they got that star. They picked up that star of Molech, right? Go back to Acts 7 and 43 right quick. Let's see. Now that we have the context of the verse, right? Context of the verse, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brother Brenton. But because we got the context now, right? We should know that this verse Acts is a quote, because we know everything from the Old Testament is everything from the New Testament is quoted from the Old, right? It's just different words. So it's a new testimony of the old thing. You understand me? So this is just a quote, basically. What's going on in Acts is they're quoting what happened in Amos, right? The problem is that people can't figure it out like that is because Strong's has defined the word using the Greek definition, right? Let's go to Acts. I'm going to show you. Well,
That's
we
the
already
book of
did
Acts.
because Salaki, I want you to read it still, but I'm gonna bring it back up on the blue letter. We already showed it though, right? That the word is going to be astron. It's going to mean star, even though that's not what the verse was talking about in the Hebrew. But Strong's had a dilemma because the only word they could have used for this in a Greek speaking tongue was astron, which means what? Star in the sky. You understand what I'm saying? So you're literally getting trumped up on this scripture right here in the New Testament, which is written in the Greek because you didn't go back into the Hebrew. Do you understand what I'm saying? The original language of the Israelites, who the New Testament is still talking about, which is why we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites. Because this whole book of the law, right, as was told to us in Sirach chapter 17:11 and Sirach 24:23, is the heritage of the Israelites. You know what you get with a heritage? You get language, you get culture, you get laws, you get ways of life. That's what this is. That's what the Bible is, right? So how can you fully understand the Bible if you're not going back to the language it was originally written in? You won't. You get tripped up on things like this, right? So uh read that Acts while I pull this up.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 43. Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Malak and the star of your God, Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon.
Right? You took up the tabernacle of Molech, the star of your God Remphan, right? This is literally talking about the same thing. It's talking about the same people in Amos. Said the same thing. You took up the tabernacle of Molech, the star of your God, right? Before, instead of Remphan, it just said Chiyun, which is the same thing when you look it up. So they're telling you straight up that the verse in the Old Testament means figurehead, which is what this is supposed to mean. But they couldn't make it mean that on the Strongs because the Strongs is only translating things in Hebrew and the Greek, right? And in Greek, there's only one way to define a star. They don't have two ways like the Hebrew, right? They only have one way, which is astron, which we know that the word astro and aster in English means things from space, flying object, asteroid, right? Circular object from space, asteroid, round object from space. You understand me? That's what they're calling a star here. But that's not the way it was defined. And they know that's not the way it was defined. The problem is there's only one word to define it in the Greek. So that's why you're getting tripped up here. To prove that, right? We have all of the things that we just said. And then some. So let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 13, verse 2. Right? Because like I said, you have to keep going to the Hebrew to really realize what things are trying to say. So let's see if star is defined in the Hebrew at all. And then once we get that, we're going to go into how the star was used, quote unquote.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
But deemed either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the valiant water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods which govern the world.
Right? So, and I want y'all to keep that in mind too. It said that the stars are going to be the gods that govern the world. But it also said something else, right? It gave you the shape of the stars, did it not?
Come,
It said the circles of the stars, right?
come.
So for brothers to read the Bible and to be Bible scholars and have Bible schools and congregations full of people, why aren't they reading a congregation full of people what the star looks like in the Bible, but still decide to call this a star, right? I see something round inside this thing, but on the outside, you can't really call that a star, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get. I just don't get it, yo. I don't understand how you get tripped up here because it's clearly telling you, you know what I'm saying, that a star is a circle. Just like Google in 2020, right? 2019, 2015, 2010, as long as it's been here, has been telling you that the star is got a body like the sun, which we know we can look up at the sun. Nobody's ever depicted. Well, no, that's a lie. Esau is also one to depict the sun with points, does he not?
Come.
The reason he does that is because he's trying to depict the twinkle of the sun when you look at it, though. That's what brothers got to realize it is. Even with the stars, you know, twinkle, twinkle, little star, that's supposed to be the twinkle of the star, is what this would represent in the sense that the Greeks are thinking, right? But in the Hebrew, this doesn't represent a twinkle of a star. It's an actual object, right? The pomegranate and the lily. You understand?
Right.
We're going to prove that without further ado, right? You got to keep all this stuff in mind. I'm teaching you guys this way for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? This is the pomegranate and the lily symbol to a Hebrew Israelite, right? In their culture, in our culture. That's what this would be represented of. But to Esau, right? To Elam, to Moab, to Ammon, to Ishmael, Ishmael especially. Esau and Ishmael love to think that this is a star, right? The object in the sky. And that's how they're going to depict it. That's how it's going to be represented in their textbooks, in their history, all that type of stuff, right? Because that's the way it's defined in their language. But in our language, right, Hebrew, you can use it as stars, like it's mentioned in Sirach. You can use it as stars, like it's mentioned in Genesis, the light that he made. Or you could as star, as in, you know, Yahweh, the star that will come out of Jacob. Or, you know, Molech, the star that is the figurehead of, you know, Rembrandt, Chiyun, Baal, right? That's what this is. They're figureheads. And guess what? The word is the same. Kawa, Ka. So that means we're using the word for two different things. Hebrew's like that with a lot of different words that we have. That's why it's a very unique language. And it's easy to understand. It's easy to speak. It's not all confusing like English is. If you've ever spoken to somebody that speaks a language other than English and they had to learn English, they'll tell you English is the hardest language they had to learn because it's really a mixture of three, and it's three languages with um, three different rules, right? Because languages have rules. You feel what I'm saying? There's different rules to Greek than there is to Latin, and there's different rules to Hebrew than there is to Greek and Latin. But with English, they mixed both together. It's contemporary Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. That's what this is, right? So people have to keep that all in mind. So as we said, right, the stars are a circle according to the Bible. So what exactly is this shield that they call it, right? Because that's what they call it, the shield, if you want to be real, right? The crackers and stuff like that call it a shield because they know it's not a star. They're the one that stole it, right? But let's prove that. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 22. And whoever don't get that, give me Exodus chapter 28 and 34.
Oh, you said 10 and 22, right?
Yep, 10 and 22.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 10, verse 22. Our sorcery is laid on the ground. Our song is put to silence. Our rejoicing is at an end. The light of our candlestick is put out. The ark of our covenant is spoiled. Our holy things are defiled. And the name that is called upon us is almost profane.
Mm-hmm.
Our children are put to shame. Our priests are burnt. Our Levites are gone into captivity. Our virgins are defiled, and our wives ravished. Our righteous men carried away. Our little ones destroyed. Our young men are brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak.
Right? This is all talking about the condition that our people are in right now, right? Since we've been put in captivity. We know Ezra, he's the man that weeps for Israel, right? Always making supplication for us, similar to Jeremiah. You understand me? So he's explaining to you the condition that our people are going to be in captivity. This is what happened. He's getting a vision, right? This is what he sees. And as you can see now, because we're in 2020, the last days, this is exactly what's happening. This is where we are, right? So keep reading on. Watch this. Now that you see the condition that he explained, watch what's going to happen to our seal. Go ahead. Verse 23.
Verse 23. And which is greatest of all, the seal of Zion, now lost her honor.
Why has it lost her honor? Why is our seal, the seal of Zion, whatever it is, why has it lost her honor?
For she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
She's delivered into the hands of them that hate us, huh? The same brothers that teach this is the star of Molech, teach that the seal of God is the menorah, right? But last I checked, the menorah that the Jewish people use got 9 candlesticks on it, not 7, right? So they didn't steal our menorah, they made their own, right? So what seal or what object that the Israelites used would the Jewish men have stolen as a seal, right? Might it be the thing on their flag? Might it be, yeah, well, might it be this? You know what I'm saying? This would be the seal of Israel, ladies and gentlemen. Achium and Aquathium. It's not the menorah, because this is the only thing that was stolen by the white men. They didn't steal our menorah. They have a 9 candlestick candelabra, right? Most of them don't even call it a menorah. It's the stick of lights for the feast of lights. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they call it. The seal that they stole, that has lost her honor, that's now been looked at as a devil symbol, right? A symbol for the demons of the earth, and not a symbol for the Most High's children, right? It's lost its honor, right? It's been delivered into the hands of them that hate us, right? Not the menorah, not the cross, not the cobblestone, but the so-called shield of David. Why is it called the shield of David to the white man? Because David is the king of Israel. What is the king supposed to uphold, Akim and Akwathium? The seal of his nation, the seal of his kingdom. So the seal is the shield. Do y'all understand? The seal of America is that thing that Captain America had on his shield, right?
Right.
What's on our flag? A star-spangled banner, right?
That's right.
What was on Captain America's shield, ladies and gentlemen?
Star-speckled banner.
Okay, so it should be obvious to you now, knowing that Stanley and all them other crackers know the Bible, right? They read the Apocrypha before they took it out. That's why they took it out. Understand what I'm saying? So they know what the Bible says. They know what our objects are. We're the only ones confused. Yeah, Curtis, you have 7 candlesticks because you're an Israelite, I'm presuming, because you're on the show, right? But the white man, if you look up anything, if you was to go to a Jewish store, right? Brothers had problems with this our very first Passover when we were in HOI. Brothers went to the Jewish convenience store that they have in Atlanta and walked up in there looking for a menorah, and it's nothing but menorahs with 9 damn candlesticks in here. You understand what I'm saying? My pops first came into the truth. He brought a menorah home because he got it from the dang thrift shop and stuff in the Jewish section, and it had 9 candlesticks. And he was like, "Damn, we can't even use this junk." He had to unscrew 2 of the candlesticks to be able to use it. But it got like a big gap in it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. You feel me? We use the 7 candlestick. They don't use it. They reserve the 7 candlestick labra for Kwanzaa, guys. That's why they still sell them in the stores. It's not for the Jewish people in the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah. For Hanukkah, they use 9 candlesticks. They call it the Feast of Lights. You understand what I'm saying? Because of how many lights they put on the damn candlestick. You feel me? Has nothing to do with rededicating the temple. So the menorah ain't what we talking about. Second Ezra chapter 10, verse 22 and 23 is talking about the shield and the seal of David. So with this being the seal of David, this should be what they decorated the temple with, right? This should be what they put on the bottom of the priestly garments, right? This should be what they put on their garments themselves, right? This is what they wrapped on their chains, right? So let's see. Why ain't nobody rocking no menorah fringes? You know what I'm saying? Why we only got menorah chains and menorahs on for the table and stuff? Why we ain't got no menorah fringes, right? Because get Exodus chapter 28 and verse 34.
When we start at 33 out of one,
right?
When we start at 33.
What 33? Yeah, go ahead. If you think we need to start 33.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 33. And beneath upon the hem of it, thou shalt make pomegranates of blue.
Yeah, perfect. Look at that.
And of purple, and of scarlet, round about the hem thereof, and bales of gold between them round about.
Wow. Now, I know some of y'all might be new to this, but we mentioned the budded pomegranate before, right? And we're going to talk about why it's the budded pomegranate, because they're actually going to mention that. You know, the Bible explains itself. You don't have to explain the Bible. It explains itself. So let's look up budded pomegranate. Or budding pomegranate. Look at this. Don't that look like them things that Adawan Karatazala wear on the bottom of his garment? You know, the Hebrew brother from HODC, the Benjamite brother that made the Hebrew book, in Priest Kahan, right? Don't they wear these on the bottom of their garments, like Brother Aaron did? Or no, Karatazala is a Levite, ain't he? Or not? Is he Benjamin? I don't know. I can't remember. Salaki, I don't know. But the brother wear the pomegranate, right? He might be Levi. I think he is Levi. He just live in Jamaica. But as you see, right? And look at this one. This one right here. Right? What this look like to you? Here. Let me help you. I'm gonna help out a little bit. I'm gonna help. Let me put this right here on the screen so y'all can see it. And y'all tell me if this look anything like what you see on the screen right there. You see the little hexagon circle in the middle of the pomegranate. You see that right here, right? The little circle with the points on it. And then you got the 6 points itself, just like you got here, right? It's the same thing. Akim and Akwakim. This is the end of the budded pomegranate, right? So what did it say that we did with it? Read 34 again.
Verse 33 or go to 34.
Yeah, just go into 34. So like
and a golden bale and a pomegranate, a golden bale and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about.
See, so 33 was telling you what they gonna put on the hem, right? The pomegranate. Then they're telling you how they put it on the how they put it on the hem, right? We had a golden bale and a pomegranate, a golden bale and a pomegranate. That's how they did the fringes. That's why you see brothers like Kahan, Karatazala, all the other Hebrew brothers up there. That's Levi that wear the nice priestly Aaron type garments with the nice turban on and stuff, right? With the girdle on and everything, looking just like the ancestors. They walking around looking like that because that's literally what our ancestor Aaron wore as the head priest of the congregation of Israel, right? That's literally us coming back to our heritage. It don't get no better than that. They're telling you how to put the pomegranates on the garment, how to put the bell on the pomegranate on the garment after the bell. to do it so on and so forth as you go around the entire hem of the garment. Brothers thought that the Adawanyim was just being slick with that, right? That they just wore that because it looked nice. No, they're going back to their heritage. So let's get Exodus chapter 39 and 26.
Exodus chapter 39, verse
And
26.
Judah gets 2 Kings and 2 Kings 25:17. Go ahead, Ryan.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 39, verse 26. A bale and a pomegranate. A bale and a pomegranate. Round about the hem of the robe to minister in, as Yahweh commanded Moses.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He said, "War about the hem to minister in, as the Most High commanded Moses." If this looked like the thing that Moses was commanded to wear, how can you speak against anybody wearing it? But wait, there's more. give me that 2 Kings 25:17. Watch this.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 25 and verse 17. The height of the one pillar was 18 cubits.
The pillar of what? The temple, right? We're talking about the temple, right? The temple that's being built. Okay? The temple that we're trying to rebuild spiritually. That the heathen gonna rebuild for us in the kingdom, right? This that temple. Go ahead.
And the chapiter upon it was brass.
Right?
And height.
Say it again.
And the chapiter upon it was brass.
Right? Keep going.
And the height of the chapiter 3 cubits. And the wreathen work and pomegranates upon the chapiter round about, all of brass.
Wow. So we got brass pomegranates now decorating the temple? You saying that? It's going down like that? Really? Look. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. So you see how nice this pomegranate right here look right here, right? Brothers would take these, make brass objects out of them, brass pomegranates, right? That would look similar to the brass pomegranate I got on my neck right now. Well, the gold pomegranate, you feel me? Here you go, right here. Make them just like this and wrap them around the pillars, right? How did they wrap them around the pillars? Give me 2 Chronicles chapter 3 and 16. I'm assuming the ride gonna get that, so Judah get Song of Solomon 6 and 11.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 3 and verse 16. And he made chains as in the oracle and put them on the heads of the pillars.
Oh, he put them on chains. And then he put the chains on the heads of the pillars, right? The heads of the pillars. You feel me? So if we rebuilding a spiritual temple, and you know, the same camp that says that this is the Star of Molech calls themselves the pillars of Israel, you know, their elders, their bishops, their deacons, all that stuff, right? But it says that you put the chain with the pomegranate on the heads of the pillars of Israel. Where your pomegranate at, guys? Because we building a spiritual temple, right? Don't we tell everybody, like every brother that comes in this thing, put your brick in?
That's right.
Ain't that what we say figuratively? Because we're building the temple of Yahushua, right? So, so how else does that happen? You know what I'm saying? If we're supposed to be the people putting the bricks in, don't that mean we also the pillars? So wouldn't that make it okay to be putting the chains that we decorate the pillars with and decorate ourselves with them? Wouldn't that be okay? Oh, okay. Let's get Song of Solomon chapter 6 and 11.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 11. I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley and to see whether the vine flourished. and the pomegranates budded.
Wow. And the what?
And the pomegranates budded.
So Solomon liked to go outside, right? Same guy building the temple, by the way, who's going to put the stuff on the temple, right? So he liked going outside to look at the pomegranates budding. Mind you, he gonna put pomegranate chains on the pillars of the temple. You telling me we can't wear this? This is a budding pomegranate, guys. So this is literally the thing, the object that Solomon used to go outside and look at. He used to go look at these right here. Right? These budding pomegranates. Huh? He like to go into the flowers and see the pomegranates bud. Look at that. You feel me? And for those of y'all that don't know, a pomegranate has 600, a perfect pomegranate got 613 seeds in it, guys. How many laws, statutes, and commandments do the Israelites have?
613.
That's right.
613. Huh? For those of y'all that don't believe that,
Please.
let's look it up. How many seeds are in a pomegranate? Look at that. Consuming pomegranates on Rosh Hashanah is traditional because with its numerous seeds, it symbolizes fruitfulness, right? Also, it is said to have 613 seeds, which corresponds with the 613 commandments of the Torah, but it was a misconception. You understand me? Yeah, because they don't believe in the 613 laws of the Torah. But as they say, right, or as they're showing you, that the pomegranate has 613 seeds in it. So, even though to them it's a misconception, right? So that's wild. I didn't even know I was gonna say that last part. So, like, look, 613 seeds. We got 613 commandments. It looked just like one of these. And one of these isn't a star, according to Wisdom of Solomon. Solomon himself, the same guy who used to go out and look at the pomegranates, bud looked like just like this, right? Also said that a star is a circle. Don't get no better than that, right? Let's get Song of Solomon 7 and 12, since you're there, Al.
I was about to ask you, can I get that one?
Yeah. Get that.
This is Song of Solomon.
You got Sirach 45 and 9, or can you get that?
Go
ahead.
Come on. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 12. Let us get up early to the vineyards, and Slakia, let us see if the vine flourish, whether the tender grape appear, and the pomegranates bud forth.
Shalom.
There will be my love.
Shalom to the Akim. Like the car doing. But yeah, as you see, he's still going and checking out them budded pomegranates, yo. It like, I don't know how you get around it. Because when you look up a budded pomegranate, it's showing you exactly what it looked like, right? So, and of course, we got the lilies, right? The brothers already posting the scriptures. We're going to get that in just a minute. You feel that? We're going to get that in just a minute. So, Sirach chapter 45 and 9.
This the book of
Judah get Jeremiah 52 and 22. This is all just the pomegranate, guys. This is all just the pomegranate. We still got to talk about the lily flower, the Most High's favorite flower, right? How you get around that? If he's telling you he got a favorite anything, you got to respect it. He got a favorite people, right? He got a favorite place on the planet. He got a favorite flower. He has a favorite body of water. The Most High got a favorite everything. You feel what I'm saying? He got a favorite bird, a favorite cow, a favorite dog, right? His favorite animal is the lion.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand the Most High got favorites. He shows favoritism. So Man, why is it not okay to wear the things that he's chosen as his favorites? I don't get it, bro. So let's go. What I asked for? Sirach?
Con.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 45 and verse 9. And he compassed him with pomegranates and with many golden bells round about. That as he went there might be a sound and a noise made that might be heard in the temple for a memorial to the children of his people.
I want to leave that up there for me. There we go. We're about to get into Lily. So as you see, once again, Big Aharon, the priest, right, is up there getting the pomegranates and the golden bells put all around it. Now Ezra's talking about it because it's a big thing, bro, to wear them lilies and pomegranates, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get let's get Jeremiah 52. Let's get the pillars one last time.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 52, verse 22. And a chaplet of brass was upon him, and the height of one chaplet 5 cubits, with a network and pomegranates upon the chaplet, round about,
right,
all of brass. The second pillar also, and the pomegranates were like unto these.
So there it is, man. More pomegranates, more brass, right? So how that any different from a gold one, or a silver one, or a platinum one, or a white gold one, right? What's the difference? If we the pillars now, right? If we putting our bricks in, if we rebuilding the temple, why we can't decorate ourselves with the things they was decorated with? Am I going out? I'm wilding right now?
Nah,
Good.
Okay, just making sure. So, let's get the lily now. Let me pull up the lily. Y'all give me, the main one. 2nd Ezra chapter 5:24. Where's this picture at?
It's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 24. And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
Hey, read up a little bit. Wherever he starts talking about what he's chosen, or is that where it begins? Let me see.
That's where it starts.
All right, that's where it starts.
I can start at 23. I can start at 23 out of one.
Okay, come. Yeah. Start at 23. That's what I want.
And said, O Most High, thou bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine.
Look at that.
And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit. And
so
of
he chose one vine, right? He got one pit, which is Jerusalem. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
He got one lily, bro. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, y'all got them 6-pointed stars on y'all neck. That's the devil's number. Oh, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the Most High's favorite flower again?
The lily.
I didn't have to type in 6-point lily flower because the lily got 6 points, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like the dude that be saying the Tootsie Pop thing, the Tootsie Pop commercial, right? Because you can just sit there and count the flowers all day long. They're going to have 6 points on them because the Most High intended it to be like that, right? As the brother said, I got it on the screen. When you look it up, right, the seal even makes the symbol of the menorah as it stems out. Look at this, right? If you ever seen a menorah, it goes out like this. I got one upstairs, but I don't feel like running to go get one. It stems out like this, and then you got the main candle in the middle, then you got the other 3 or the other 6 spread out on each side, 3 on each side, right? Look at the lily flower. You got the 2 You have the two petals on the left and the right, right? And you got one petal that's behind the two that's like northeast and northwest, right? You got one that's behind it going straight north. You feel me? That's supposed to symbolize the head pillar. That's Yahweh Shai right there. And everything else is spread between. That's us. You feel what I'm saying? That's how this works. It's even spread out just like the menorah is, because it's the seal of Yasharallah, right? The Star of David, the shield of David, right? What's the Star of David? The Star of David is Yahushua,
That's
right?
right.
It works either way you look at it, man. So look at that. Like count the stems in the middle of the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me zoom in. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 4. Is that 4 stems? 5 stems. I can't see. 1, 2, 3. Look like 6.
I got 7. It got 7 on that dock one.
7 stems. You're right. There's one in the middle.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. Look at that.
Salaki. That's like in Revelations.
Say it again.
It says that's like in Revelations when he said one in the midst, like unto the Son of Man.
Huh. Actually, no, I don't have it on here. I thought I had. But yeah, man, as y'all see, bro, that's the lily flower. Right? So you got extra information that it stems out just like the menorah. Right? It's got 7 stems just like the menorah. And its lilies stem out just like the menorah. You can't make this up. The pomegranate looks just like the lily's petals, has the same amount of petals. It's spread out with the same amount of petals in the same shape that the lily's petals are in. And not only that, right? It also has 613 seeds, which is the number of law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave to the children of Israel for a heritage. So, I mean, how is the thing that we wear on our neck or on our like as a patch on our clothes? How is it wicked? Hmm? You feel what I'm saying? How's it wicked? People gotta like bring that to me. If the word in Amos don't even mean star, how is it wicked? You feel what I'm saying? So we still got a little bit of time. I think we'll go ahead and do the meeting. So let's steamroll through that right quick, right? Because brothers has been asking me this too, right? Well, y'all can't be out there with your heads covered. And I be wanting to slap people because I got locks, bro. You can see my locks right now. You can see them.
That's right.
Judah, put your head down. He just put his head down. Okay. But look. So as you see, right? Brother's head is clearly showing, right? We're not in violation of 1 Corinthians chapter 11. We're not doing that, right? But let's just prove that what we have is custom. Because as we said, right? Oh, all right. We are the ones that wore this, right? And kept it as culture. So it should be in the book on whether it's legal to wear it or not, right? Just like we saw the pomegranate and the lily are okay. So let's get some precepts on that, right? Give me Exodus chapter 29 and 6. Let's start in Exodus. And then Judah, give me Revelation 19 and 12.
You can get that in Exodus 28 too. Right after you brought out the pomegranate with the bells, right under that it's talking about Demetrius.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that out.
All right, come.
We're gonna go backwards. I want to bring this out first.
Come. This the book
Yeah,
of
you're talking
Exodus.
about Exodus 28, 28:37. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Come.
All right.
This the book of
Yeah, we gonna
Exodus, chapter 29 and verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre.
So look, this scripture right here, right, is very important because Brother Kanal, right? Read it again. Let me put it in perspective right quick. Let me put it in perspective, y'all.
Come. This the book of Exodus, chapter 29 and verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre
This scripture
upon
is
his head.
serious.
Now, thou shalt put the mitre upon his
Do I
head.
still sound okay?
Come.
Is it a delay or something?
No, you good.
Not for me, I don't want.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. All right. My bad. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 29 and verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre.
Come. Ye shall put a mitre upon his head, and a holy crown upon the mitre. Right? Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna send you this link. All right. I sent it to your personal email, Ak, if you're watching. Okay. So as y'all see, right? As y'all see, brothers put on a mitre and then he put on a crown, right? Who's talking about locks? Brother, go watch my video, okay? Go watch my video. I did a whole video on locks. We ain't talking about that right now. So as you see, right? Exodus 29 and 6 is talking about brothers putting on mitres and then a crown. If you've seen any of our videos from the wintertime, which brother is it that always put the mitre on and then the crown? It's Kano.
Come.
Kano always wear a big old black mitre. He tie around his head, and then he put the crown on over the mitre, bro, and don't even know that it's a spiritual thing he's doing. They used to wrap up the Levites like that. We was making fun of him one day. We used to ask him, like, yo, Kano, why you put the mitre on and then you put the crown on? And brothers didn't even realize that he doing it and don't even know why he doing it. It's a spiritual thing. He's like, I'm cold. But he the only one felt comfortable putting the mitre on and then the crown. Right? The head wrap and the crown. And I'm gonna prove to you that the head wrap or whatever was like a wrap, a real head wrap you could put over your head. Because well, we got scriptures to prove all that. Hold on, let me let the Ottawa in right quick. Come on. This man.
Shalom.
Yo, y'all said something about me trees, yo.
Yo,
what's wrong with me trees?
Ain't nothing wrong with me trees. Yeah, he put all the crowns out, yo.
We rock me trees out here, baby.
That's right. We rock me trees out here.
No folly. But look, man, these arguments is getting old, you know. I had a precept concerning the shield, right? All right. I want to bring that out, okay? Salakia coming in from exercise. All right.
I was about to say, this man like he just left the gym.
Yeah. No, but it's a great class. I'm enjoying the class. I hope Israel is enjoying the class. Okay. Turn to the book of 2nd Esdras for me.
Come on, I'm there.
Now, I don't know if y'all went over this scripture.
Probably not.
Okay. Concerning the shield. But can you pull up the shield of David on the Amalekite flag, please?
Come on.
And can you put that on the screen so that people can see that? if possible.
Yep. Hold up.
Brother said Mitri. I said, what? We love them Mitris out here, man.
Israel flag.
We rock them things, man. You know, Judah got the spike joint. Hey, you know, when y'all brothers be in the camp for extended period of time, you're gonna get the official uniform Mitri. All right. The word is actually miter, okay? And miter means where wood beams meet. It's a joint in a house where wood beams meet. Basically, like the steeple of a church would be the miter, okay? So it really just means headpiece or crowning, okay? If you look at the top of our heads are exposed. Another word for this would be a diadem or a coronet. And these are all things you can find in the scriptures, all right? If brothers want to get emotional, you do not have to wear it. We want to put on our beautiful apparel, okay?
I said 52.
There you go. All right, you brothers teaching good. Now you see this flag? You will say that Israel is taking on the white man's custom by adopting this shield. But you have to remember, Esau has never invented anything. He's a thief. Everything he has stolen. Okay? So give me 2nd Esdras 10 and 22.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 10, verse 22.
Yeah, the brother know what scripture I want.
Yeah, we had it.
Our sorcery is laid on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Our song is put to silence.
Uh-huh.
Our rejoicing is at an end.
Now, this is a very long verse. Read on.
The light of our candlestick is put out. The ark of our covenant is spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Our holy things are defiled.
Come on.
And the name that is lucky.
Read
and
on.
The name that is called upon us is almost profane.
So it's almost profane to be called the children of Israel, because the heathen have taken on the name as they are the people of Israel. Read on.
Our children are put to shame. Our priests are burnt. Our Levites are going into captivity.
Come on.
Our virgins are defiled.
Read.
And our wives ravished.
Now, when you go into the book of Isaiah, it says that their wives will be ravished, because what has happened to us must happen to them double.
That's right.
So you're going to see your women as the same way our women was seen during slavery. You're going to see your women the same way, in a completely helpless situation and at the beck and call of the Israelite man, and it's going to hurt you. Read on.
Our righteous men carried away.
Read.
Our little ones destroyed.
Our children were the ones that had their hand and feet cut off in slavery.
That's right.
Little children walking around with stubs and nubs, no fingers. That's the atrocity of the so-called white man. That's what he did. But remember, the scriptures say he's going to have to drink that same cup, unfiltered. He's going to even drink the dregs.
The dregs. That's right.
Read on.
Come. Our little ones destroyed. Our young men are brought in bondage. And our strong men are become weak.
Now, they did all this to take our position in the earth. To have that bigger picture understanding of what Esau has done and the other nations. This image that you see on the screen, even when you go into the swastika belonged to the Native American Indians. And that symbol was taken by the Edomites, flipped backwards, and used to represent the Nazi. I bet you thought he invented that. I bet you thought he invented that. But he did not invent anything. Esau is a thief.
That's funny.
So why do you think he would not take our shield, our symbol, our seal? And why would you not think he would take that for himself? Read the next verse. Prophecy fulfilled.
This is verse 23. And which is the greatest of all, the seal of Zion, have now lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us.
See, they have taken our shield and it has become theirs. They've taken our name and profaned it. And all we're doing when we rock the shield of Dawad is taking our culture back, putting on our glorious apparel. Khan?
That's right.
Khan.
All right. Thanks for having me, brothers. Y'all get back to y'all show. Shalom.
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 Can I get a preset real quick?
Yeah. While I look for the picture. I got the picture of the native with the swastika, bro. And the lily. / pomegranate / star. I just can't. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna find it though. Go ahead, bring a precept out while I look for this. Oh my God.
Hey, all right. Can you give me Obadiah 1 and get me verse 5 and 6? Because I think this is just backing up what I don't want y'all all was just saying. I mean, because I didn't even think of it like that in the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He don't admit nothing. You know? Go ahead.
It's the book of Obadiah, verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
So it's saying right there, like, yo, he ain't gonna just steal the grapes. He ain't gonna leave you nothing. He gonna steal the grapes. He gonna steal the branch that it came off of. He gonna steal the stem all the way down to the root and some of the dirt that the root was in. He gonna steal everything. So you think that man, and then it goes to verse 6 and it's telling you something about Esau. So I mean, you know, he ain't inventing nothing. Like, so if you ever think, like, I didn't even think of it like that. If you ever think for 2 seconds that this man Esau has invented anything, nah, he stole everything. That's crazy.
Bro, I can't find this picture. I'm finna Google search it, yo. This making me mad.
Salak, I about to say, when you look at the old Gadite photos, a lot of them had the lily on their garments.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
A lot of people don't know.
I literally got a picture. I'm gonna see if I can find this on the internet before we continue. I literally got a picture with a brother and a sister with a long garment with the fringes on, with the lily, and then the swastika. I don't know how to spell swastika. Okay, here go one. See, the Issachar with it. That is not what I was trying to do. Okay, here we go.
I got something to share after you finish that. I don't want.
All right, I'm just trying to see if I can find that one picture that I want to do. But here you see, right? You got Southwest Indians, right? Swastika. But I really want to find that one picture, bro. If I can find it.
Click on that thing to the left.
You see Esau stolen it. Not in this, but this is one, right? Indians dropped swastika. So they dropped the swastika after the white man took the swastika, right? Just like brothers dropped the menorah. I mean, just like they dropped the shield or the seal of David, as the scripture that the brother just brought out, right? Just like we dropped that because the white man has it. It's no different, right? It looks something like this, the picture that I had. But here goes, sister. Oh no, that's the white girl. Never mind. Woo-hoo. See how they snuck Esau in here? All right, this is a good one right here. Look at that. The sister got the swastika on her mitre, on her diadem, right? On her mitre, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? It's right there on the head. old man got it right here. I don't know what that is, if he a Gadite or not. But yeah, I don't see that picture that I had. It must not be on Google. But boy, it was a picture, yo. That jump was crazy. Anyway, so let's get back to the mitre. The meat tree. What we read? We read Exodus 29-6. We talked about Canoe. Did we read Revelation 19 and 12?
La.
Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19 and 12.
And Araya gets second Esdras 2 and 43. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just get. Go ahead.
Come on, Revelation chapter 19, verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself, but he himself, Salaki. Keep going.
So, Salak, no. Read that again.
His eyes were as a flame of fire,
right? And
his head were many crowns.
So we know who this is talking about, right? In his hand were many crowns, right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and 43.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and verse 43. And in the midst of them there were a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Brothers bring this scripture out all the time. Brothers bring this out all the time. Brothers bring out Revelation 19:12 all the time, but then say that you can't wear mitres and headbands. You know, you can't wear the turbans and stuff. But you bring out this scripture. Why is it okay to say that Yahweh Shai gonna come back bringing crowns, but then we're not allowed to wear them when we preaching it to the people and bidding them back to the marriage, right? Y'all make sure y'all become a Patreon member, yo. Get your pictures, podcasts, videos, and behind-the-scene footage at Sons of Thunder Israelites on Patreon. You feel me? And all the exclusive content that you're not gonna get on here. Straight like that. Pew, pew. So, how is it possible, yo, that we could do that? That we could say, hey, Yahweh Shai gonna come back with crowns, but until he get here, y'all can't wear none of them. Ain't we supposed to be the nation of kings and priests? Why don't the kings wear the crowns? Makes sense, right? So let's get Exodus 28, right? Since we went back and showed y'all the history of the pomegranate and the lily flower, right? We might as well go through this right quick too, huh? So let's get Exodus chapter 28. Let's go back to that. Because this is the same chapter where they were telling us about Aaron being wrapped up in the pomegranates in the gold bells and stuff, right? So let's see what they say about wrapping something else on them, huh? Go ahead.
You want verse 36 out of one?
Not yet. I want 4 first. I want 4, and then I want you to jump to verse 36 and read 37.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 4. And these are the garments which they shall make.
Right.
A breastplate and an ephod and a robe.
Okay.
And a broidered coat.
Oh, okay.
A mitre.
Oh, wow.
And a girdle.
Okay. So y'all be wondering why Priest Sabak always got all that stuff on when he go outside and he be preaching. Like it be hot in Atlanta. He always got on like the big old, like he always got garments on and the long pants and the linen garment with the girdle on and stuff. Like, why he do all that? Because he's wearing what the priests wear. Why Priest Kahan always got on all that stuff, man? Y'all look like Power Rangers. My cousin told me that last night. Man, y'all out there in Atlanta, y'all got on all that leather and stuff, bro. Like, what the heck, man? Y'all look like Power Rangers, bro. I'm like, yo. We putting on our priestly garments, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, y'all the only priests that look like y'all about to go Power Ranger and stuff, bro. I'm like, all right, baby. It's all right. But so look, Exodus chapter 28, verse 36. Read that right quick. Because as you see in verse 4, they're explaining to you the garments that the priest gonna wear. Then they give you the whole layout. So everything that you see the brothers wear, ain't no question as to why, right? When you go into Isaiah 52 and 1, it tells you that Israel is supposed to put on their beautiful garments. This is what we do. We the kings and priests of the earth, right? So we're supposed to dress like it. So we're coming back to our heritage and wearing it as well, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and engrave upon it like the engravings of a signet, holiness to Yahweh.
That's
and
that girdle, right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt put and thou shalt put it on a blue lace,
Okay.
and that it may be upon the mitre.
Oh, damn. So once again, they putting this gold crown, right? The girdle for the head. That say Yahweh, right? Got Yahweh name. Hence why our name is gonna be written, the name written on the foot. All right. So yeah. So we got Yahweh, right? The priest got the crown on, and what he got, that blue lace mitre wrapped around his head before the crown. He's swagging like Kano. That's Kano swag, right? That Levi stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual thing once again, right? Let's get Leviticus chapter 8 and 9. Let's go there. Derek, you get that. Leviticus chapter 8, verse 9. Quick on the sword. Judah get Zechariah 3 and 5, and Ariah get Ezekiel 24:17. That's the last scripture.
You said 8 and 9?
Yeah, 8 and 9. Leviticus 8 and 9.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 8 and verse 9. It reads, and he put on tree. He put the mitre upon his head, also upon the mitre, even upon his forefront, did he put the golden plate, the holy crown, as Yahweh commanded Moses.
So to let you know that the crown and the mitre aren't even the same thing, right? Again, why is it brothers is teaching they got that mitre on their head, and then they pull up the mitre and you see the fish hat? It's the fish hat. That's why we don't wear it. That's the same thing the Pope wear. Is it really? The Bible said that he put the mitre or the mitre on, and then he put the crown on. Can't put a crown over a fish hat. It ain't gonna fit. Right? I'm just saying. So let's get Leviticus 16 and 4, Derek, while you're there.
The book of Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 4. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with the linen mitre shall he be attired. These are the holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in the water, and so put them on.
But that's the thing, though, right? These are the holy garments. So we expect them to make fun of it and stuff. We don't expect it to be like a thing that everybody can get with, because they're holy. The garments aren't even for everybody, right? All Israel is in Israel. So all Israel don't deserve to dress up in the beautiful garments. All Israel not even gonna think the garments are beautiful, right? They think that dressing up in crop tops and, you know, skinny boy jeans and stuff is what's popping. So, you know, most brothers never dress like that. So it is for a reason. Let's get Zechariah 3 and 5. Let's get that.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, verse 5.
And
I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head.
Oh, okay. We can close the book now. That's it. That's all. Look, it says, let them set a fair mitre upon his head. What more do you want? How you gonna tell me I can't wear it? It literally says, let them put this thing on their head. Let them, guys. Let us do it, okay? Let us do it. Thank you. Go ahead.
So they set a fair mitre upon his head.
Oh, damn. So after they said, let him do it, they went ahead and did it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And clothed him with garments, and the angel of the Most High stood by.
Oh, wow. They put a mitre on his head in front of an angel?
Right. The angel would have killed him.
I thought we went for Reddies. Somebody lying, boy. Let's get Ezekiel 24:17. Somebody lying.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24 and verse 17.
Now, I like this one because it's so if you ain't know what a mitri is, the way that he gonna describe it is like it's no way you can miss this. You know what I'm saying? If you know the distinct word he's gonna use to describe what the mitri or the crown, how it's supposed to be put around your head, he's literally gonna explain it. So go ahead and read this from y'all. This is the last scripture.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24 and verse 17. Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead. Bind the tire of thy head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. Keep going.
You know what? I think I might want you to start up above that. Because as you can see, he told you to put the tire upon his head, right? Wrap the tire upon your head and don't weep. What the tire is, guy?
That mitri.
What's a tire? Tires is you got a big old hole in the middle of it, right? You know, like a car tire. You just put he said wrap the tire around your head, right? Don't weep, don't mourn, because this is actually a commandment. If you read up a little bit, read up to where the Most High start talking. He said in the Most High, and the word from the Lord came, or something like that, something along them lines. It's like 2 verses.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24 and verse 15. Also, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thy eyes with a stroke.
Right.
Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down.
Why? Because a lot of brothers, he's talking about Babylon. For those who don't know, like in the beginning of this chapter, this is a crazy chapter, yo. Ezekiel 24, because you really could see if you're spiritual, you really could see how the Most High is a man of war and how he don't play games. Because he's so mad when he's describing what he's talking to Ezekiel about. He talk about putting Israel in stew, bruh, with the heathen, and letting it burn and boil till like your bone fall off. I mean the meat fall off your bones, and how the fire just gonna consume and stuff, and like kind of how it explains how in the kingdom we gonna still be able to see America fall. I mean burning. You're gonna be able to see the smoke. You know what I'm saying? He's explaining to you how that's gonna happen, but he's putting it in the parable of a stew. You know what I'm saying? Like Most High crazy, yo. So by the time we get to verse 17, he's telling Ezekiel, hey, or 16 really. He's telling Ezekiel, I'm about to take away everything that you ever loved, right? Because he's speaking as if he's a man that's here. Brother's been working hard here in captivity. They built up things for themselves, all that type of stuff, right? And now those things are gonna get taken away. You feel what I'm saying? And brothers ain't supposed to cry. You ain't supposed to weep, because we're supposed to be storing treasures for ourselves in the kingdom, not here, right? So he's saying when that happens, when it's time for America to truly fall and everything that we've ever built up and worked on and everything is gone, right? He's supposed to wrap that mitri upon our head. We're commanded to do that and not weep and keep it moving. That's basically a nutshell of what he just told Ezekiel. So I'm saying if there's all these scriptures saying we could wear the shield and the seal of Dawad, right? And we could wear the mitre or the diadem or the head wrap or the turban, because it's translated as all those things in these scriptures. If you was to go into Exodus 29 or Revelation 12, Exodus 28, Leviticus 8, Leviticus 16, Zechariah 3, and Ezekiel 24, all of those verses is talking about a crown or a diadem, or even in the Strongs, they liken it as a tiara. We all know what a damn tiara is. It's a female crown, right? It's got a hole at the top of it, wraps around your head. So they're putting all those words in like in the definition to make them synonymous with the word mitri, because they know that it's something that goes around your head, not on top of your head, not covers your head. It's a crown, right? Or a headband. So brothers got to understand that ain't nobody breaking the law. All we doing is Isaiah 52 and 1. Somebody read that, and then we're going to be finished. I know a brother said he got a question, but if it's question about locks, I'm not answering that question, because your question is going to have to be answered in the video that we made, because that's why we made the video, so you can get your questions answered, right? Shouldn't have to answer questions I already made a video for in another video about something else. That's crazy.
It's the
You
book
on
of
mute?
Isaiah.
This man
It's the
talking
book
to himself.
I was saying that video like 3 hours long, so he can, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of
It's a
information.
good breakdown in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dog.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on the beautiful garment, O Jerusalem,
Right.
the holy city.
So we're supposed to put on our garments, man. Our beautiful garments. And in all the scriptures that we read from Ezekiel to Revelation, right? They all mention the mitre, the headband, the turban, depending on the translation that you look up in, right? Because it say that it literally says different words in the different Bibles that they made. Some of it might say mitre, some of it might say crown, some of it might say headband, some of it might say turban. So we wear all of those things because they're all synonymous with each other. They all go around the head and not on top of it. They all signify a crown, right? The man in the judgment seat puts the crown on. Why? Because the king is supposed to be the judge of his kingdom. The saints shall judge the world, right? So we put on the judge's garment. That's it. And this is part of it. So that's it, man. Hope I know we had some technical difficulties, so I didn't have no problems with that, and hope y'all were still edified. Adawan came on, gave that great breakdown of Second Esdras 10, better than I did it. So the water for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, bro. That's all we got.
Got a couple
He
precepts
said
out of
Bishop wear deacon hats in the fake churches, and nobody said nothing then. Yeah, and don't the deacon hat like it covers your whole head, don't it? Don't it? It
Yeah.
make that's like the hat that they wear at graduation, right? So it cover your whole head. Nobody tripping over that. That's what I'm saying. The fish hat doesn't cover, and even the Pope's fish hat is a mitre. It's gonna be real. It got a hole at the top of it. It's a long tube. The dragon's mouth or the fish's mouth is open.
God.
So it's technically a mitre. Just the brothers never knew that because I guess they never been to the Catholic Church or looked at it or whatever. But it doesn't have a hole at the top of it. It doesn't have a like it's not sealed at the top. It has a hole at the top. You know what I'm saying? He could stick his whole hand in. He could punch the Pope at the top of his head if you wanted to.
God.
So that's it, man. That's the lesson. Hope y'all were edified. Rainbow Stisos. Let me see if that's it. That sounds familiar. That might be what I'm looking for. Hold on. Stisos. Just this one. Here we go. All right. I can't even zoom in on it, bro. But yeah, who is that? Flame M16. You the MVP, brother. It ain't got the lily on the side like my picture did. My picture fired in this one. Because my picture, they had a lily on the side of it too. But as y'all see, it's a brown-skinned Gadite with his brown-skinned Gadite wife, right? Probably Californian. And there is the swastika. right in the middle of his garment. And you see they got the fringes and stuff.
I'm about to say that look like some fringes.
That is some fringes, both of them. He got his on. She got hers on. So yeah, bro. The rainbow sisteso. Yeah, these are Sioux Indians. But yeah, bro. That's that. That's the lesson. Hope y'all was edified. We're the sons of the Israelites. It's our prayer and heart's desire that all Israel might be saved. Shalom.
Shalom.